experience visiting a juvenile jail along with a friend's NGO who was working for the reformation of those youth uh, in confinement. Amazing. It. I was surprised to see there were the children not only from the poor background or the middle class, from all sections of society. There were the children in confinement. And while talking to them, I have discovered one reason behind their behavior that may also uh, contain an antidote. I have yet to see a really serious offender whose trouble was not caused to a large extent by idleness, having nothing to do, sitting at home, no work for them. On the other hand, I realized that many whose lives were on salvaged through plain old-fashioned work. It is actually suddenly I thought this now it's my considered opinion. Therefore, the most young people who get into tangles with the law today do so because they have nothing else to do. Sitting idle, labor saving devices in the homes have made the family courts for youngsters largely a thing of past. And antiquated so-called child labor laws makes it further difficult, if not impossible, for the average youngster under 18 to take a useful job or start working. Thus, many adolescents are forced into idleness. My friend, I feel our child laws were originally enacted to prevent the exploitation of children in sweet shops, factories, mines, and to protect their morals. In times past, unspeakable evil was committed upon childhood, and in certain areas, this continues even today. It still is desirable that laws protect young worker, but times have changed, I feel now. Technical progress has made many unwholesome child laws practices, I think, unprofitable. The rising level of this civic conscience has created new protective measures outside the law. Our laws, I think, now have now gone past the point of common sense even. I certainly do not advocate abolition of the any child law or any law really necessary to protect child's welfare. Absolutely no, it is needed. But necessary protective measures need not be so restrictive that they drive youngsters into idleness, mischiefs, and eventually crime and land up in confinement. You visit any juvenile jail, you will get the answer. The irony of it is that the very qualities that would contribute to the success as good citizens, energy, love of adventure, ingenuity, and capacity for leadership make adolescents the most effective and dangerous criminals. Some very fine people believe that youngsters can just play themselves into happy and constructive citizenship, and so they go all out for uh, more playfields, more camps, more recreational facilities. These things, of course, have real value up to a point, but we must not overlook the virtues of old-fashioned toil during the habit-forming period of life. I actually resent the philosophy which seems to classify all jobs for kids as potentially dangerous rather than beneficial. The requirement actually is that working papers, proofs, and the proofs of, like say, birth dates, a lot of other time consuming procedures. It must be, I think, reviewed and must be submitted as a prelude, when it's a prelude to allowing a ambitious boy or girl to perform honorable work anywhere. This strikes me as symptomatic of an underlying concept that there is something inherently questionable in a youngster having the opportunity to work at all, unless they are facilitated and the right kind of engagement is thought after school time for these youngsters before less than 18. They will have enough time to sit idle. And the saying, they says, Khali dimag shaitan ka ghar. Many of the cases of the juvenile delinquency, my friend, can be traced to the inability of a child to find employment between the time he leaves the school at the age of 16 and the age of 18. When he is permitted to enter industry, the programmed work for teenager not only reduces the number of dropouts from the school, but also made young people uh, find a new sense of importance when they could contribute to the family's income or the family's resources. They learned initiative, I think, when they start working and using the time rightfully, gainfully. They learn initiative, they learn responsibility, they learn discipline. Problems all but disappears. There should be, I feel, the community must work on wide projects and must develop these wide projects in such a manner which provides constructive work for youngsters during school vacation even. Plan for Community must plan for organized work and organized recreation aimed to help the children between 14 to 17 years old of years of age, both for boys and the girls, during the summer vacations, especially vacation months and the school years. I feel sometime when I met them, suddenly the thought came, if I am given the responsibility for revising the child labors of the country, all those child labor laws, I will surely consider a few things. Firstly, eliminate all kinds of unreasonable, restricted uh, 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 certificates, laws, government sanctions for youngsters to start working. They should be, in fact, encouraged to work in their idle time. Secondly, I think I will let the boys and girls with their uh, parents consent, accept suitable jobs in any appropriate field. Another most important thing is all these federal structure of my country, all these states have their own uh, different child labor laws. So there has to be a uniform child labor laws. That means what is legal for a job for a child, for a youngster in one state, it should not be illegal in some other or in another state. It should be legal everywhere. All states must have a uniform child labor laws. There should be agencies and communities especially designed to find and develop job opportunities for youngsters who want to work. It is through work rather than play. So, play alone that the young people can avoid the physical and the moral flabbiness, I would say, which comes from idleness when you have nothing else to do, just sitting idle. And through their spirited muscles sufficiently to carry the responsibility of the adult citizenship, my friend. The only thing which comes to mind that all these children have landed in some kind of a crime or some kind of offense they have committed. It's only because they were sitting idle and doing nothing. We must all think that we must employ these children, you see, gainfully, especially from 14 to 17 years of age, before so that they learn early the sense of responsibility and they do not uh, get involved in things which are inappropriate, incorrect, and wrong. Thank you very much.